Alright, welcome back. This is going to be part 22 of Persona 5, The Royal. What am I going to do? To end my night, I think I'm just going to do proficiency stuff. Oh no, I don't have any. So I need to either read or watch a DVD. Yeah, let's do that then.
What the hell are you doing here? Don't tell me
Anyways. Mishima says, I can't keep up with the influx of posts. Someone's abusing their power at a company. So we have a request for mementos. Are they ID'd? Can't even tell. Looks like we have an ID then. Okay. No worries. Let's see. So we can hang out with lovers. We could work our part-time job. I don't know what I want to do yet. Let's see. Because the guide is saying one thing and I'm pretty far off where it is at this point. So I'm just kind of going based off what I can do instead of what might not work. Huh, why is someone at school? Oh, Makoto. Well, let's just hang out with On then. Ugh, like a piece of basil in my tooth or something.
We'll just have to wait for now. Aw, that's too bad.
Well, let's first get rid of one of my tunes, because I don't need it. And then I'll put Pixie back in my party.
Hey, inmate!
you should.
So I gotta delete it first. Jeez. Whew. Slow start this morning. Goodbye.
You'd like to. These are the paths you have walked. You'll withdraw this. This is your such. Done already? What? It is time, inmate.
Where? There we go. Where is she hiding? There we go.
We'll just have to wait for now. Thanks.
You're good. Oh, jeez. That sucks. Yeah. Anyways, it looks like Ryuji and An are meeting up at the gym. Ryuji says, me and Bunny have actually already been here. It's pretty sweet, not too many people get in your way. Anyways, what are you trying to do here? An says, I want to slim down. Ryuji says, have you tried jogging? An says, aerobics aren't enough. I want to tone up too, so I need to start lifting some weights. My shoulders are drooping, I want to make my biceps leaner, and I need to straighten my back out. Obviously, I want to cut down on my waist too and firm up my butt and calves. Jeez. Let's see. I just say, you have some real guts. She says, I'm a guts demon. Ryuji says, what does that even mean? Anyways, motivation's good and all, but you're not going to be able to move tomorrow if you do all that stuff. She says, then come up with a training regimen for me. Ryuji says, you're such a pain. An says, if you do that, I'll go on a date with you. Ryuji says, nah, quit thinking you're some sexy character in an anime, it's sad. Wow. An says, what?
No way, man.
Ryuji says, first off, one of those sexy characters would never come to the gym in their PE uniform. An says, how am I supposed to know that? I've never even been to the gym before today. An says, that's my agency. Yes, definitely, even a smaller article would be great. Huh? It fell through? I guess that's okay. An says, I was supposed to be in 2 magazines the month after next, but apparently one canceled on me. It was a black and white shoot, so they said I wouldn't stand out. It sounded like fun though, it was about the everyday life of models. Ryuji says, guess you gotta find somewhere you do stand out then. An says, there has to be somewhere my vibrant charm will shine, right? Let's see. I just say, I hope so.
Yeah.
She says, there just has to be. Ryuji says, somewhere.
By the way,
Speaking of magazines, there was a really pretty girl in that one you said you were starring in. She's got this innocent vibe, but she's sexy too. Now that's what real charm looks like. Were there photos of me too, An says? Ryuji says, yeah. An says, did she have long brown hair? Ryuji says, yep, that's the one. You gotta introduce me. An says, you dick. Of all the girls you could have been talking about, it had to be Mika. Ugh, I'm so mad. Which machine are we using first? I'm gonna break it. Anne says, my body hurts, but I feel satisfied. Ryuji says, that's what it feels like. Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Anne says, it's pretty fun. I think it was because the two of you were here with me, I had to prove I was working extra hard. Ryuji says, it's simple stuff like that that'll help you keep pushing. And I just say, good advice. Anne says, I wish I had thought of that. Ryuji says, this is not a competition.
whoa.
Ryuji says, for real? Mom forgot to buy stuff for dinner, so I gotta head home. See ya. An says, Ryuji just can't say no when his mom needs help. I'm jealous of the relationship they have. I mean, even growing up, my parents were super busy. They always told me I was strong and that I'd be fine on my own. I was free, but I was lonely. I'd make friends, but we moved a lot, and every time I had to start all over again. I actually got used to the loneliness. But that all changed once I met Shiho. The world seemed so hopeful. I heard her rehab's going well. She's gonna be officially transferring schools soon.
Hey.
I need to show her that I'm working hard and that she doesn't need to worry so much about me. I say she'll be happy to hear that. An says, right? She needs to see how much I've learned from her. Anyways, level up.
All right.
Let's get back.
An says, let's go. I might have trouble moving. My legs are killing me.
Bye.
See you later. Ooh, usually the soreness for me doesn't come on until like I sleep and the next day hits me. Han calls us and says, my muscles are so sore. Going home took me twice as long as normal. But I'm really proud of the work I put in. I would have just given up if I went alone. I'm glad you guys were with me. You two are the best. I wonder if this is how Shiho felt with her rehab, being able to push herself because someone was there for her. I'm just gonna say, that's probably it. She says, you think so? I'd be really happy if I actually helped push her. Not much time left until she switches schools. I need to up my coolness so she can take off without worrying about me. I forgot how sore I was, but I gotta get some rest. Bye-bye. So much repetition. Ugh.
Ah, you're back.
Anyways,
Inmate.
Justine and Caroline are warning me about the special assignment that they have for us. And these guys are just gonna be like, wow, Futaba's still asleep. Wow, why won't she wake up?
Hey!
And the cat, of course, offers meaningless suggestions. Anyway. Let's do this.
Hey, hey!
Alright.
All right.
Nice.
Now, bear with me one sec. Allergy. Yeesh. Apologies. Alrighty. Anyways, I guess I'm supposed to take the twins to church. Alright. I still have an Emperor persona, so that's good. And I think they're here. They might be the other place, though. There we go.
What are you gonna do today? No.
Looks like they want to hang out at a church.
What'll you do? Then guide me, inmate.
Alrighty. I don't think the dialogue choices matter for this, but
Oh.
yeah. Caroline says, this is where one prays to the gods. The peaceful atmosphere is the antithesis of a prison cell. Is that man standing there one of the gods? I say he's a person. Caroline says, you may be right. I can't sense any exceptional abilities from him. If that's the case, then perhaps he's some sort of servant to the gods. What is that over there, a smaller room? I know, it's an Iron Maiden for reforming criminals. Whoever goes inside fails rehabilitation and gets skewered. I say it's a confession booth. She says, you mean this tiny box is where the crimes are confessed? The priest says, is something the matter? Caroline says, we're here for the confession booth you have going on. The priest says, you seek to confess at such a young age? Alright, which would like to go
What
first?
are you saying?
Justine says, which of us? Do you intend to split us up and pick us off one by one? Caroline says, we're both going in. The priest says, I see. You're free to do so, but there's not much room inside. Justine says, are you attempting some sort of deceptive practice by calling yourself a servant of the gods? You what? You listen to people's concerns? This isn't a form of rehabilitation. Regardless, talk is cheap, but pays quite well. And we shall undertake this confession and ascertain the truth for ourselves. The priest says, ah, then as for your confession... Caroline says, what to confess? It's probably unkind to kick the inmate, but it's part of my duties as warden, so that can't be held against me. The priest says, inmate? Warden? Caroline says, this is none of your business. We're speaking to the gods right now. Recently, I've been shifting my more mundane bookkeeping responsibilities onto Caroline.
What?
Caroline says, you what? I knew my workload was larger for some reason. Justine says, she made so many mistakes in her work that I regret not doing it myself.
Excuse me?
Caroline says, of course, I'd make mistakes when I have nearly twice the work. Justine says, how about yourself, Caroline? Don't you have anything you'd like to confess while you're here? Caroline says, like what? Justine says, I know you went out and ate menchikatsu by yourself. Did you really think you could escape? Caroline says, I was curious about the line. Like, what could humans want so badly that they'd stand there for so long? Justine says, Magidalao. Caroline says, fine, 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 I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Confession time is over, we're done here. Caroline says, odd as it may be, I feel refreshed. Justine says, were it not for this opportunity, we would have likely kept these matters locked away deep in our hearts. I say, have you righted your wrongs? Caroline says, that's your job, inmate, know your place. By the way, why do humans pray to gods? Shouldn't they be spending that time trying to solve their problems themselves? I say, sometimes it's all you can do, for those who believe anyway. Justine says, isn't that all too convenient? I'll bet the gods don't appreciate that answer any more than we do. No matter, we've come to learn how these places of worship work firsthand, and we'll consider the assignment complete. Here's your reward. Caroline says, you know, confessions seem like they'd be rather useful to your rehabilitation. You ought to confess every day. Justine says, put that out of your mind, Caroline. Once we return, you're going to tell me all about your experience eating you-know-what. Caroline says, I already confessed. Justine says, not enough.
Let us return.
Anyways, they want to go back home. Crazy little girls. Morgana says, who could it be at this hour? Yusuke says he's gonna linger in the lobby tomorrow. Linger in the lobby. Lobby, lobby, linger. Oh my goodness. Filthy. Dirty. Slutty. I'm just kidding. Mishima says, we have a sudden burst of posts on the fan site. Anyways, I guess there's another request. And Yusuke's here. And we have a text. And the world's coming to an end. Ah, we're all gonna die from coronavirus. Just kidding. Let us see here, you motherfucker. Alright. I don't know why I did that. I'm just crazy. Pay no mind to the crazy person in the tiny window. Gosh. I feel like I slept bad. I feel like I look like shit today. Oh well. Life will do that to you sometimes. Kick you right in the taint. Right in the taint. Let's see. Yeah.
Hi.
I guess we're gonna hang out with Yusuke.
Yes.
Let's see, meow. Yusuke says, books will sufficiently educate you about art history, but it's always best to see the real thing. Photos can't convey all the real-life majesty of art. There's also scale. Art can be titanic in size. I wish to go to Paris. Will you join me? I'll just say... just the two of us? Wink. He says, I thought it was obvious. I doubt Ryuji or Anne would be inclined to go on a pilgrimage for art's sake. But yes, we shall visit every art museum. This trip would be so wonderful. I'm excited just thinking about it. Yusuke says, look at the time. To have come all this way only to depart fills me with profound sorrow. I don't suppose you have any other plans. We're gonna turn him down.
I see.
Yeah. Anyways, he goes home.
It's hot.
Anyways, we answered some of the trivia on TV to get our knowledge up, which I've been forgetting to do a lot. Oh well. I was trying to go for like a perfect game, but it's not that big a deal. Let's see. I wonder if these guys have anything new. Sometimes they have some cool stuff. Yep, they have a new game. Definitely want that. I think I'm out of most of these things. No, I have plenty. Never mind, I lied. Let's see what we can do. I think we're gonna hang out with our little devil lady. And where is my devil lady? There we go.
Oh, honey.
Hey.
Anyways,
Is this weather a result of climate change? Hey! I see.
Oya says a bulletin board, huh? So the calling card they used for Kamoshida was different. Now that's a scoop. That kind of information usually doesn't see the light of day. Do you have a photo or video of it? Let's see. I forgot to pull up my list. I'm like, apologies again. I'm just freaking allergy torn today. Anyways, I just say Mishima might. She says, nice, you have some great connections. But seriously, the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, they sound like kids on a playground, not valiant fighters for society. They act all high and mighty, but I'm sure they're not worth very much in the end. I say worth? She says, yep. What do you think they're... What? Do you think they're really virtuous, do you? In my line of work, there's no clearer sign of deception than goodwill. Like shady actions of a charitable organization or actual criteria of a peace prize. Same goes for the Phantom Thieves. You just have to learn to take some things with a grain of salt. Lala says, don't be such a downer. Oya says it's the truth. Lala says, there you go again. You used to be so positive. Oya says, oh, shut it. I don't care about the past. Give me some sushi. Lala says, we're all out. Why don't we go back to covering politics? Why don't you go back to covering... Goodness. The bar proprietor says to Oya, why don't you just cover politics instead? She says, I can't do that. I've been permanently reassigned to culture and entertainment. She says... Sorry, Lala says, what a crappy company. I mean, it's already been over a year since the incident. By the incident, I mean ... Oya says, don't say another word. This has nothing to do with my source. Lala says, I'm sorry. Oya says, damn it, I'm already sobering up. Give me a refill. Lala says, you're such a child sometimes. Oya says, you want to have a drink? You can have some of mine if you want. Lala says, ahem. Oya says, wow, that's one scowl there. Anyway, why are you coming to a bar if you can't drink? I just say it's for the article. Or maybe I don't. I think I cut part of my page off. Yeah, it's for the article. Oya says, that's right, you're a true believer. Well, at least I know you're gonna be useful. I'm not all that interested in the Phantom Thieves myself, but keep the info coming, alright? Anyways, level up! So fancy.
All right.
Oya says, what's taking so long, Lala? Where's my drink? Do they call you escargot because you move slow as a snail? Lala says, we're all out of booze. A certain reporter drank it all. Oya says, can't you just go buy more? I'll wait for you forever. Anyways, our charm is increased because we hung out with Crazy McCrazy Pants.
Well then.
Oya says, see you later. Don't forget to bring me more juicy info, okay? Yeah, I'm probably Devil Arcana myself. No lies there. Mishima says, we have another one. Blah, 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 blah. Alrighty. Can't he ID any of these for me? What a jerk. How's your health? Says the doctor. What you up to? Says the Ryuji. Let me see. Do I have Emperor? No, not Emperor. Chariot. Yep. All my personas got like super shuffled around, so I'm like, what the hell do I even have in there anymore? Anyways, looks like we're gonna try and hang out with Ryuji. Whatever. It's kind of annoying that the text won't tell me whether or not we like level our stuff up, but whatever.
Set.
Cool. Looks like we're good there. So we're gonna hang out with him.
Let's go.
Ryuji says, I called Nakaoka and Takashi over here. I'm gonna tell him what that bastard Yamauchi is up to. Jeez, I forgot to pull my list up again. I'm about as dumb as a box of rocks today. It happens sometimes. I say, what if they start fighting? He says, you probably didn't realize, but I recorded the whole conversation. I'm a genius. Anyways, I might need some backup. Can you stick around? Takashi says, what do you want, Sakamoto? Nakaoka says, what the hell? Are you guys gonna gang up on me?
Nah.
Ryuji says, I just want to talk. Listen, this here is what's really going on at the track team. And, you know, he plays the whole thingy. Takashi says, this has to be a joke. Yamauchi said he'd make me captain. Nakaoka says, is this real? Ryuji says, it's his voice, isn't it? And on top of that, things have gone down exactly as he said. Takashi says, Yamauchi's right, I don't have talent, I'm not like you guys. I run so damn hard, but you two are always so far ahead. How am I supposed to succeed or be proud of myself? My dad always talks about how proud he is of his son. He told everyone I'd get a track scholarship like he did, that I'd follow in his footsteps as a second-generation Taisei grad. That's why I listened to Yamauchi. He said if I was the captain, he'd write me a great letter of recommendation. Ryuji says, you trusted what he was saying because of stupid crap like that? Takashi says, what does a thug like you know? You couldn't know how I feel. Nobody does. Ryuji says, yeah, I do. How long were we running together? We went through all sorts of things together. Takashi says, Sakamoto. Ryuji says, who are you living your life for? Your parents, teachers, society? Maybe you should stop trying to live for them and try living for yourself. You think you gotta betray people to be proud. I just kind of realized right now, and this is stupid of me, but like Eastern philosophy is much more about the group, the whole, the unit, the family. And our Western philosophy is more about the individual's, you know, like ambitions and getting what they want out of life. And I'm kind of curious, because, I mean, I don't live in Japan, obviously, if, like, this is what's happening with the youth there. Like, they're moving to a more individualistic, like, Western-type philosophies. And, like, obviously that's in direct contrast with, you know, their parents' beliefs, which are probably more that Eastern philosophy. I don't know for sure, but I know that there's like a lot of NEETs in Japan. NEET stands for not educated, employed, or seeking training. So it's like kids that basically live off their parents, and they're shut-ins. They don't want to leave the house. They don't want to work. They don't want to learn anything. Like, and I know they have like a hyper-competitive school system. So like maybe that's why. I don't know. It's interesting. I've read up a little bit about it, but I'm definitely not an expert. Anyways, Ryuji says, if that's seriously what you think, you're wrong.
Hey.
You knew something you knew something was up with Yamauchi too, didn't you? That bastard's never been interested in track before. But you keep quiet. You knew he was walking all over you, and you just let him do it. Nakaoka says, yeah, I was afraid. Without Yamauchi, we still wouldn't have a team.
I see.
Ryuji says, you missed running that bad? You know, it ain't so scary not having a place you belong. You can kind of be free that way. If anything, I'm more scared of being a crappy person. I mean, I used to be like you guys, afraid, lying to myself. That's before I met this dude. I don't want to insult you guys, but I know you're probably really angry about this, so if you want to hit me or something, go ahead, I'm ready. Takashi says, if you insist, and then they actually do hit him. Ryuji says, you're really doing it, huh? Nakaoka said, you said it's okay, right? Ryuji says, do you really have to keep swinging so hard? Nakaoka says, I'm starting to feel a little better already. Takashi says, me too, I think I can put this behind me. The two apologize to each other and talk about bringing the track team back together. Ryuji says, you saw that, right? That was some serious violence. I'm just gonna say, things turned out for the best. Ryuji says, I've been taking good care of this face, and look what ended up happening to it. Either way, they're probably feeling way better now. I think they're gonna be just fine. Thanks. And I'm gonna say, all I did was watch. He says, you're telling me you just sat around while I got my ass beat. For real though, you were a big help. You were pushing me to be cool that whole time. It's kinda like I was doing a sprint and you were running next to me. I said, you weren't cool though. And he says, brutal, just forget about the beating I took, okay? Anyways, we level up. Shabam.
Alright. Alright then, let's go.
Ryuji says, let's head home, my mouth's bleeding. On our way home, he calls and he says, thanks for your help. My jaw's still kind of messed up, but it's the good kind of pain, you know, like after a workout. They're gonna have to handle the rest, but I think I made the right call. Getting them to have a heart-to-heart, I don't know, whatever. They have a good team. I just say, so, case closed? And he says, I hope so. Still a long way from how things used to be, but it's all I could do. If those guys are really gonna go for this, I gotta step up my own game. I'm gonna up my pace, so you better be ready for it. Later. Apparently I need a death persona.
You're back.
Goodness. Anyways, these texts are all going to be useless because they're just speculating when the girl's going to wake up. Let's see here. Hanged, Hermit, Tower, Faith, Fortune, Chariot, Magician, Emperor, Lovers. I think it's pretty safe to get rid of either one of these two. I don't really care about Hermit, because obviously that quest line doesn't open until what's-her-name wakes up. So it looks like I'm off to get rid of a persona again. Oh my goodness, I am just flat dumb today. Me oh my. It happens. It happens to all of us. My brain chemicals aren't working properly. What am I doing with my life? Oh yeah. I was gonna see if I could just itemize it.
Rehabilitation. They will be reborn anew.
I don't want that shit, so let's just strengthen something.
Requires sacrifice.
And we're gonna strengthen that with this.
What are you waiting for?
Doesn't get me much, but at least we level up. Well, or we get close to it. Whatever.
This is what the persona shall, then let us begin.
Better than just throwing it in the trash, I guess. Masukukaja. I'd rather have that since I have a ring that does that for me already.
You change your mind? You'd like to read the read here.
I need devil. There we go.
A
Get a
feat,
cheap
this
one.
is your power. Are you finished? What? It is time, inmate.
La dow 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 dow. Bear with me. Yeesh, I have straight up just not been feeling good for a while. Fucking sucks. Oof. I think it's just seasons changing, like my allergies are just out of whack today. Alright, it is the 5th. I am supposed to go to this place. And we're gonna get a kindness boost from what's-her-tits.
Is this? What shall we do?
Yeah. I know I spent money. Jesus.
What do you think?
Anyways, we're gonna accept this guy's invitation. And I'm gonna just skip this because it's a movie. It's just gonna be like random noises and BS.
He even stole the candlesticks. Confess your crimes. Oh, is there no God in this world?
Yusuke says, "Forgive me, I can't help but focus on the visual aspect of the storyline." I'm just gonna say, you're so eccentric.
Indeed.
He says, "I'm aware, but I never considered changing that about myself. Thanks for today. Let's head home." Anyways, we're gonna get a text from Panther and we're gonna commit to that. It unlocks the shrine.
All right.
Han says, "You know how people will pray before filming movies so it'll go smoothly? Should we try praying to the gods?" I'm just gonna say, for the Phantom Thieves? She says, "Yeah. I don't know how to pray properly. What should I do? Maybe I'll ask someone." Han says, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?"
Is that so?
Takumi says, "What a surprise seeing you here. Are you on a date? Such an odd location for someone your age." I just say, "What about you?" She says, "Minor business, I guess." Han says, "Is this someone you know, Bunny?" Takumi says, "Don't worry about me. I don't intend to intrude."
Oh.
She says, "I assume you're here for your college entrance exams. You mentioned that before. Shake the bell twice, put in your offering, bow twice, clap twice, bow again. Wasn't that what you wanted to ask?" I'm just gonna say, "You're amazing, Doc." Han says, "You're a doctor? Well, you really helped us out. Thanks very much." Takumi says, "Sure, although you may want to use this time to actually study for the exams instead of praying." Ann says, exams? Wait, I think I recognize her. Morgana says, that's the doctor who gets us our medicine. Ann says, oh, I see. Wait, you've been here the whole time? Morgana says, how rude. I'm here to protect you. Ann says, yeah, sure. Anyway, what is this about college entrance exams?
Yep.
Morgana says, we asked her earlier if she could get us stimulants to help us study.
I see.
Ann says, wouldn't the gods be mad to get a visit from a cheater?
Let's get back.
Oh my. Oh me, oh my.
Man, it's hot.
Anyways, we get text messages. We actually are gonna do star. So... yeah, let's just head over. Yay, now we open the other place with the books.
All right.
Which is good, because I want to keep increasing charm and kindness. Hifumi says, that was a good match. I do enjoy teaching you. You're a quick learner. Today I thought we'd find you something to help you train on your own. This bookstore is filled with shogi-related books. I've been coming here a lot lately. There's also a curry restaurant just around the corner. I recommend their katsu curry. I always eat it before an important match for good luck. Someone interrupts and says, Hifumi. Hifumi says, hello, I hope your match went well today. The girl says, what are you talking about? Today's our day off. Hifumi says, my apologies, I forgot that there aren't any matches for today. The shogi player says, out shopping with your boyfriend? How nice for you. I shouldn't be surprised, you are famous after all. Well, I won't intrude. Bye.
Sorry.
Hifumi says, sorry, she was only glaring at you because you're with me. She's my senior, I defeated her in a recent match. I'm just gonna say, it must have been the katsu curry. She says, actually, I did have it before that match. The truth is, I'm not very well liked by my seniors. The more attention I get, the more enemies I make, and the more lies are spread about me.
Oh.
Perhaps it's odd to compare myself to them, but I wonder if it's the same for the Phantom Thieves. Hifumi says, people are so divided about them on the internet. Some love them while others hate them. I can't help but see similarities. What do you think? I say they're cool. She says, I feel the same way. It's amazing that they're still doing what they do, even though so many people criticize them. They give me courage. But their victories can't be won with will alone. How do they change a person's heart? I'm interested from a tactical standpoint. Oh, I'm sorry, we're quite off topic. I feel like I've become more talkative as of late. I don't usually talk this much. You're more than just someone I can practice new moves with. You're someone I can confide in.
Look forward to it.
If you don't mind this sort of thing, I'd like to hang out with you again.
All right.
Hifumi says, oh yes, there's a book I'd love for you to read. Let's go.
Until next time.
Hifumi says, thanks for accompanying me today. My intention was to show you how great Jinchabo is, but I ended up talking about myself. Apologies. I was shocked though, I don't talk that much normally. Perhaps it's because I didn't have many friends at school to talk with shogi about. I hope this won't discourage you from spending time with me. I would be delighted to do this again. I just say I'd love to. She says, thanks. Other than used books and katsu curry, there are many things I'd like to recommend in the city. If you have the chance, perhaps we can explore more of the city next time. Well, I'm afraid I must go. See you at the church.
Yo.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well,
Let me just save really quick here. we are gonna go to the underground walkway and get the special smoothie that increases skills or whatever.
What do you want? Well then. Nice.
Anywho, what else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're gonna get a charm reading. Where the hell is she? There we go.
Going to shrivel up. What shall we do? Now.
Chiaha says the Devil card. It seems you will greatly benefit from taking actions that will increase your charm. That's all for today's
What do you
improvements.
think?
I hope you're happy with your fortune. I'll see you next time. Alright. It says for me to turn in my DVD, but I don't think I've finished this one.
Hey, hey!
It'll tell you if you haven't though, so... Okay, yeah, I haven't finished it yet, that's what I thought. Alright, so I'm gonna go to Jinchabo and pick up a book. Wherever the hell this place is. There we go.
How can I help you?
Yeah!
And what to do next? Anyways, we're gonna do the convenience store job this time. There we go.
Now's our chance!
Charm, charm, charm.
What do you want to do?
I just say I'll go to work.
Oh, thank God!
Morgana says there's no end to these customers. Keep your cool and don't forget to smile. That's the panda bread. The package is shaped like a panda. There's a barcode near the panda's tail. Alright, hold on. Let me pull up my thingy. Sticky. There we go. Alright. And we say barcode by panda tail. That's Shonen Trip. It's a popular manga. Next to company info. Okay. There's a sudden rush. Let's focus on finding the barcodes. Panda bread by the tail.
Nice going!
You did great. Good work today.
Hey!
Yay.
Nice!
Alright, now we're gonna hang out with the twins again.
Man, it's hot.
Well then. Whoa.
Mm.
Hey, hey!
That's nice, because they have lockpicks, and I know I'm gonna need more.
Well then.
Anyways, we are going to here. Aha, there you are.
What are you gonna do today? No.
Looks like they want to hang out at the
What will you do?
aquarium.
Guide me, inmate. True.
Justine says these glass walls certainly make it appear as if we are walking along the floor of the ocean. It's my first time in this place, but it feels familiar to me somehow. I'm gonna say it's all the blue. She says, such a superficial detail would not preoccupy us. Don't act like you're an expert, inmate. Let's continue inspecting the premises. There are a number of other exhibits we've yet to see. So many different kinds of fish. Semi-transparent, floating invertebrates, and jellyfish. Those sea cucumbers are intriguing as well. Caroline says they creeped me out. I liked the killer whale more. Justine says the jellyfish are way more awesome. Caroline says the killer whale is clearly superior. Justine says, inmate, settle this. I'm gonna say, honestly, the jellyfish are pretty cool.
You've got guts.
Caroline says, damn it. Well, maybe you'll just see how cool the killer whale is if I toss you in the tank. I believe we've completed our inspection. We've seen the oceanic life forms from all over the world gathered by humans. Justine says, why do humans go through the trouble of collecting these and putting them on display? I'm gonna say to admire nature. Justine says they construct this chamber of concrete and glass only to confine themselves in it alongside the creatures. The arrogance. If they admire nature so much, they should just move to a rainforest. I don't get you humans. Whatever the case may be, the assignment is complete. Here's your reward. Alright, time to head back. There's a free penguin show apparently. Caroline says, what is a penguin? I say a flightless bird. She says, I have no interest in that. Looks like you're dying to check it out though. We'll tag along. Morgana says, who could that be at this hour? I don't know, I guess Yusuke is gonna hang out in my freaking shop again. Not surprising.
Hey.
Sojiro says, one of your friends is here to visit. Alrighty, so I'm going to let you know that I want to go full platonic on this playthrough, so you are gonna unfortunately have to see me reload. But because of that, I'm gonna skip through this completely. And then I'll read it on the second go. So bear with me a sec here.
Hey, hey!
We'll just have to wait for now. Thanks.
Anyway. Alrighty. Anyways. Actually, I'm gonna leave that on there for now.
Hey, hey! We'll just have to wait for now. Thanks.
Alrighty, this time I'm gonna read it. Shiho says, Anne, Bunny, pretty heavy. Thanks for the help.
Hey!
An says, isn't Bunny reliable? Shiho says, just like you were telling me. Shiho says, we're so high up. And I say, why did you want to come here? Shiho says, to settle things. To tell you the truth, I wanted to reenact that moment. Wearing these clothes, standing here again, I wanted to know what it would feel like. An says, what about back then? What were you thinking? Shiho says, I didn't want to die, I just needed to escape. It was like another person inside of me was screaming and telling me to come up here. It almost felt like that person was trying to kill me. Shiho says, but I know that person was part of me too, my weakness, so I wanted to see if she would just show up again now. And I said, she's gone, isn't she? She says, yeah, she doesn't exist anymore. An says, you're so strong, Shiho. The only reason you can stand here now is because of how hard you worked for your rehab. Shiho says, maybe that was all thanks to you, An. An says, me? Shiho says, because I saw how hard you were trying too. Trying to be strong, to be cool, wanting to be an action star, striving to be a better model. You were so positive, your eyes sparkled with motivation. With you putting that much effort in, I couldn't let my life go to waste in a hospital bed. That's why I wanted to stand here, because of you. Being able to change others, that's what true strength is. An says, Shiho, I'm not strong, I'm nothing without you, I'm a scared, lonely girl. Shiho says, An, I'm sorry for deciding to transfer schools. An says, Shiho. An says, I'm gonna become a real model. That way you'll be able to keep seeing me and keep giving life your all. I'm gonna be in a bunch of magazines and I'll say tons of good stuff in interviews, so stay healthy, work hard, but not too much, and keep in touch. Just take care of yourself. Shiho says, An, I love you. Once I can smile again from the bottom of my heart, I'll come visit. An says, yeah.
Hey!
I need to be a #1 model. I made a promise with Shiho. There's no turning back now. I'm gonna study how to properly exercise and even relearn how to walk the runway. I want to pick up some other languages and cultures too, so I can start doing overseas events. Because the only way I can help Shiho is to show her how hard I'm working. Let's see. I say, I believe in you.
Yeah!
She says, if I can do that, Shiho, she'll definitely ... Then she starts crying and she says, damn it, I told myself I wouldn't do this. I guess I'm alone again, huh? What the hell? I'll just say, you have the others. That's fucking ice cold. But whatever. She says, you're right. I have our team. There are people suffering out there just waiting for us to save them. That's why I need to do my best, not just for our team, but for everyone who needs our help. Let's do this together. An is showing an even greater resolve than before. Lovers is at level 9. She says, I should be heading home. Thanks for going out with me today. I didn't mean it like that. See you later. Poor An. Anyways.
Rain, huh? Hey.
Yay, my package.
Hey! Cool!
Anyways. Let's go hang out with Star again. Oof, there's going to be a lot of reading in this one. An excited woman says your next opponent will finally be a professional. My client's a big shot in the Pro Shogi Players Association, so I worked really hard to set it up.
That's...
Hifumi says, but... The excited woman says, is this young man a fan of yours, Hifumi? Hifumi says, no, mother. He's my shogi friend. I told you about him, remember? Hifumi's mother says, your shogi friend, huh? Let me just say this. I hope you're not harboring any feelings for her. Hifumi says, mother? The mother says, as I'm sure you're already aware, you're not allowed to date, young lady. You've started to attract a number of new male fans with your photo spreads.
Yes.
Hifumi's mother continues, you can get 50 guys like him once you're famous. I need you to accomplish the things I was never able to do. Now I'm going to work. Don't wait up for me. Hifumi says, I understand.
Sorry.
Hifumi says, I apologize. That must have been quite a shock. Star. Stars. Like from Resident Evil 2. I'm a weirdo. Anyways, I just say she's scary. She says, that was quite honest of you, though not altogether inaccurate. My father is ill and unable to work, so my mother supports us. My mother used to be a local TV announcer, but she had to quit to take care of my father. My father was a pro shogi player. He's usually calm, but when he played you could really feel his spirit. Hifumi says, he never hesitated when making a move, just like a king. I really admired him, so I started playing shogi too. After pouring everything he had into shogi, one day he collapsed. In my mother's eyes, shogi stole both her dream and her husband. And yet she tells me to keep playing. She wants me to achieve her dreams. I should be working to help support us. I want to become a professional so that I can make enough money to ease my parents' burden. I do photo shoots and interviews, hoping they'll add some money to our household income, but it's honestly quite difficult for me. I just say you should stop then. She says, I'm happy you're so concerned about me, but when I think about my mother, I... ... No one sees me as a shogi player anymore. They no longer recognize my skills. I'm not playing shogi in hopes of becoming an idol. I simply love my family and want to support them through our trouble. This isn't good. I shouldn't be focusing on such negative topics before a match. Well then, let's play. Today I'm going to be throwing a lot of offensive moves at you. This will teach you how to escape from disadvantageous situations. Anyways, level up.
All right.
Hifumi says, are you ready? That aura on my right eye is twitching. Now it's time to unleash my hidden evil eye. Now, to a fair match.
Until next time.
Kiba, what are you complaining about? Come here. You've been fed, you've been walked, you've been watered. You're silly. It's hot outside. You shouldn't go out there. You'll melt. Anyways, Hifumi says, that wasn't so bad. Let's continue our lessons next time. Ugh. Hifumi says, do you have a moment? I apologize for my mother's rude behavior. She's been on edge. My male fans are beginning to concern her. She doesn't mean to offend you. I hope you'll accept my apology in her place. I just say... dang it, this is cut off again. You have a lot to deal with. She says, my lack of... whatever. It's just the same crap over and over again. For my own sanity, I cannot read it again. Anyways, I don't have max charm, so I can't do the Priestess Arcana. What movie do I have? I think it's Proficiency. Work desk. Let's see.
Now.
What to do, what to do. Well, maybe there's someone else I can hang out with. Well, before I do anything, let me save here in case I screw up. Aoyama Ichome. Oh, that's where what's-her-face is. So really, for daytime activities, it's probably just An's final thingy that I can do. Oh, Ryuji's in there. I think.
So, hey.
Yeah, let's just do this since I don't have max charm yet.
All right, let's go.
Ryuji says, man, I'm stuffed. Pretty good, huh? This one's on me. Don't expect it to happen too often, though. Wait, where's my wallet? Whatever.
Hey.
By the way, I got a text from Takashi. He said the track team's gonna try and ditch Yamauchi. They want to practice without him. They're trying to get their old coach back, the one from before Kamoshida. Looks like they're walking their own path. Where the hell am I? I say, are you satisfied now? He says, I guess so.
Actually,
They asked me to come back to the team. I say, don't do it.
nah.
He says, I wasn't gonna. It felt bad, but that's not where I belong. When you first came to Shujin, people were talking so much shit about you, but you took it in stride. You just did whatever you thought was cool and didn't care what other people said about you. I think that's why people kind of get pulled towards you, man. Whatever you decide to be, that's where you belong. I just say you're right.
Hey.
Ryuji says, you're so freaking cool. You know, back before I met you, I kept making excuses for why I couldn't fit in. It was always because of someone else. Kamoshida, the track team, hell, I even blamed my dad. I was such a freaking loser. But I realize now, as long as I'm being myself, I'll always have somewhere I can fit in. It ain't really the same place as before, but it's damn good. I'm just glad I found it. I'm gonna say... I agree, maybe? Yeah. Ryuji says, don't worry, there's a place here for you too, right next to me. Or maybe ahead, something like that. Anyways, level up!
Alright.
Ryuji says, I'm not gonna stop training, I have a long way to go. Someday I'll show you speed so lightning fast you can't even see me. But if you can't see me, am I really showing you anything? Whatever. I've been talking too long, we're all out of manja. Wanna try some grilling some toothpicks?
Wanna head back?
Ryuji says, get this. I got a call from Nakaoka and them telling me that the track team is going to be restored. They're going to keep Yamauchi as their advisor, but it's cool. Sounds like they got him under control. I just say, congratulations. Ryuji says, thanks man, I gotta pay you back. You can get some ramen on me. And then let's top it off with some seafood soup, a toast to the success of the new track team. Ryuji says, but yeah, we can let the track team handle their own problems from now on. I'm not gonna let my guard down, I'm not gonna lose to them. I'm gonna go for another run. Keep on bonkin', he says. Whatever that means. I know he's said it a couple times before and wants to make it a thing, but it's not a thing. Anyways. Oh, I'm too old to live. Apparently, I'm supposed to hang out with Akechi. Which would mean I would need a justice persona. I think he hangs out around here. No, it's Kichijoji. By the billiard joint. Let me check though. I don't know if I have a justice persona. Yep. Nope. Whatever. I'll just get rid of Pixie then for now. Because she's my cheap one. Actually, I think there's a velvet room here too. Yupper pupper. Okay.
Hey, inmate!
I could ditch Chariot, but that's a persona I want to keep. Ugh. So many choices. Yeah, expensive to resummon that. I definitely don't need this thing, because that's an automatically moving one, so let's just sacrifice it
Time
to
for
Satan.
rehabilitation. Power requires sacrifice.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do
Not
that.
enough.
This is the power you will gain.
Yeah, go ahead, I don't care.
Let us begin.
You change your mind, Justine.
Justice,
You handle
huh?
this. Read here.
I think Angel is Justice. Yep.
A fee is then accept. You left it. Are you finished? What? It is time, inmate.
Anyways, let's pull that up while I wait. Ah. Here we go.
Hi.
What do you want to do?
Perfect. Looks like he wants to hang out at a cafe. Akechi says, the cake here is fairly popular. I've been wanting to try it myself. I say, got a sweet tooth, huh? He says, I don't hate sweets, but I'm not partial to them either. Fads tend to be fairly similar, so I'm more curious about its popularity than its taste. Why don't we give it a try? He says it was
quite
delicious
nice.
after all. I actually enjoyed that more than I thought. The woman says, hey look, isn't that him? Oh, you mean the guy who's on TV? Who was he again? Wasn't his name Akechi, the detective prince? Shouldn't we ask him for an autograph? Might be worth bragging about someday. Akechi says, looks like I've been spotted. Oh, so sad. I say, should have figured. He says, she's just here for the cake, I'm guessing. I'm sure she doesn't mean any harm, but I don't want to cause any trouble for the store. Someone passes by and says, is someone important here? Who is it? Gasp. Is it a celebrity? Akechi says, looks like I'm out of time. I wish I could have relaxed a little longer. We should go. I just say, why the rush? He says, I think it's best if we leave. I'll only cause problems if I stay. A shame I don't have glasses. Maybe I would have been able to get out of the situation. I just say, come here a sec. He says, what are you doing? Oh, he's back. This time I'll get his autograph. Is that really Akechi? You know, now that I see him up close, I'm not sure. Maybe you were seeing things. I don't remember the show too well, but I'm pretty sure he didn't look like that. If he was the real thing, I could have bragged about meeting him. Akechi says, I can't believe you did that. I suppose I'd better learn to watch what I say around you. I just say, you looked great. He says, is that so? Well, who else could make a peasant of the detective prince? Still, there's no knowing how things may go unless you give it a try.
Thank you.
I think I learned a valuable lesson. Thank you.
All right.
He says, looks like our coffee is cold. Why don't we order new ones?
I'll
See you next time. He says, it's a shame we got interrupted. I enjoyed having a breather with you, though. You certainly surprised me. I can't believe we got out of that with such a basic trick. It was an interesting experience. I definitely don't want to go through that again, though. I saw firsthand what happens when I'm too careless with my words around you. I just say, wasn't it fun? He says, you have a twisted concept of fun. Though if you dressed as me next time, I think I might agree. I could use a stunt double. You and I aren't terribly different in height. I'm sure my clothes would fit you. If we do this, it'll have to be carefully planned, of course. I'll be dictating everything from hair to accessories. Nobody would notice the switch, I'm sure. We proved it today. Most people can't see beyond the superficial. I have an early start tomorrow, so I'll excuse myself. See you soon. Holy moly. Anyways. Curry for breakfast. Yum, yum, yum. I have actually done that before. I make a pretty decent curry, if I do say so myself. Alrighty. Let me just save really quick, because I don't have a faith persona right now. I don't want to run over there and like not be able to finish this quest line. I think 5 is the last one you can do with her. It might open up more later, I don't know, I haven't checked. But I'm certainly not going to Google it, because I don't want to know. Let's see. Anyways, I think I can become closer. Oh, I did have a faith. I didn't even notice that. Whatevs. We are good to go. This is faith 5. Oops. There we go. Kasumi says, probably didn't expect to be meeting me at the batting center, huh? I say, it's a surprise, yeah. She says, I thought so, but I'm glad you decided to humor me. Batting helps train your reflexes and dynamic vision. It also strengthens your stance. And really, those are important elements in gymnastics, too. It all sounds pretty plausible, right? Actually, I just wanted to come here. I wanted you to see me hit a home run. I just say, that seems sudden. She says, I remember something from when I was little. My father used to take me to the batting cages a lot. The other kids were scared of getting hit by the baseballs, but I just loved swinging the bat around. Every time I hit one, I kept thinking it doesn't matter how fast they are, I'll slam them into orbit. I thought if I tried to put myself back in that headspace, I could get some ideas on how to get my boldness back. What do you think? That could work, right? I'm gonna say... Go ahead, I'll watch. She says, I feel so energized, I'll show you what I can do.
My turn.
Next up to the plate, Kasumi Yoshizawa. Here I go. Now, come on. She says, were they always this fast? I'll get the next one.
It's the next one that counts.
No more warm-ups. From now on, it's gonna be home runs. Eep. What the?
I'm sorry.
She says, I knew I was rusty, but I didn't expect to miss them all. I never see the ball coming and I keep flinching. I didn't think my slump was hitting me this hard. I just say... Don't give up. Senpai, you're right. I'll give it one more shot. Stay calm. Don't be scared. Eyes on the ball. Here I go. I think she finally hit one at the end.
Did it!
I say... Congratulations. She says, I'd never have done it without your encouragement. Up until now, I've only been working for myself. I was so desperate to make a good impression. But since I started hanging out with you, I started feeling like I wanted to live up to your expectations, and that feeling's helped me feel stronger. I'd forgotten how it felt to work that hard on someone else's behalf. I say, that's important.
Thank you so much.
She says, thank you very much. Ever since I met you, I've been discovering so many things about myself, but now I feel like I'm closer than ever to getting my confidence back.
Please, listen to me.
Oh, right. I've been feeling a lot more limber and energized lately. I'm not totally back to normal, but even my grades have been going back up. I just say, nicely done.
Thank you very much.
She says, I still need to show you what I can do. Next time you won't have to watch me fumbling with a bat, I'll show you an all-new, full-power gymnastics routine. Anyways, level up!
I am this union, born and embraced by will unyielding. shall become the balefire that lights thy path. Thou hast gained a glimpse of the faith's truth, granting thee further power to tread the abyss.
Interesting. That's new. La Foy. We are max rank, apparently. Kasumi says you've still got a lot to hit. I think it's your turn. Give it all the guts you've got, smash it into space. She says I need to get going. Thanks very much. Anyway, she calls us on the way home. She says thanks. Yeah, she basically just says all the same crap. She says she still wants to keep hanging out too. How fancy. I do notice, however, and that might be a spoiler, that I didn't get a trophy for maxing out a confidant. So I'm gonna... Pardon me. I'm gonna guess there's more because...
Rain, huh?
I can see further into the abyss according to the dialogue, so... Interesting. Anyways. Those are pointless text messages for show. Looks like we're gonna try and hang out with Moon. Moon. Where have you hid?
It's raining so hard.
Mishima says the rain came out of nowhere. Some guy from the fandom was asking you guys to bring him an umbrella. The Phantom Thieves aren't a delivery service. You did the request I asked you to do, thanks. You need to prepare for your next move, right? I've been doing the same. I could tell you if I had the time. Anyways, we're gonna hang out with Mishima.
Let's get going.
Mishima says, how goes the activities? I already know the fan site's been crazy busy thanks to you guys. This book here is all about the latest security techniques, and this is a model gun. It cost me a lot of money. I just say, is it for me?
No.
He says, not exactly. I just told you how expensive it was, didn't I? Apparently they had to completely halt production because people kept mistaking it for a real gun. It was suggested to me by this military buff from the fandom. I figured I could use a bit of security since I'm the sole admin of the fan site. I mean, you guys are getting really popular. There's been a lot more info on the forum too. Some of the stuff up there is pretty scary, so it seemed like I might need a little protection. I just say that's a good idea.
Yeah.
He says, I may just be background support, but I need to be able to protect myself. Besides, I'm the kind of guy who goes the whole 9 yards once he decides to do something. As I was saying, we've had a massive influx of new posts. One of them seems worthwhile. It's bigger than anything we've done so far. But if we want to make the Phantom Thieves famous, we'll need to go after flashy targets. Leave this to me. I'll get all the info we need, even if I have to put myself in danger. Anyways, level up.
All right.
Mishima says, by the way, do I look any different to you?
Actually,
People keep telling me it seems like I've changed. I guess I can't hide my newfound confidence. Someone walks in and says, well, if it isn't Mishima. Long time no see, Zero, says the person who walked in. You know, we've been sitting over there the whole time, but we didn't even notice you sitting there. You're exactly the same as you were in middle school. Yeah, once a zero, always a zero. Mishima says, yeah, haha. Akiyama says, you haven't changed your cell, have you? Mishima says, no. Akiyama says, why don't you come to our hangout? All our ex-classmates were there. Oh wait, nobody even remembered you existed. Can't invite a guy and you can't remember, right? Mishima says, right, haha. Akiyama says, come on guys, let's go.
it's just...
Mishima says, it's not what it looks like, okay? You know that one guy in every class who ends up being the butt of all the jokes? That guy was me.
Damn it.
But I've changed now. I can help you. I'm not gonna be that boring guy anymore.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's late. We should head back.
Well, see you later.
Anyways, Mishima says, just so you know, I'm gonna work even harder, not just managing the fan site, but also making the Phantom Thieves household names. I'm gonna do everything in my power, so you can just sit, kick back, and relax. I just say, alright. He says, thanks, I'm really lucky to have a friend like you. Go ahead and focus on changing bad guys' hearts. I better go, we'll talk again soon. Morgana says, who could that be at this hour? It's Yusuke again. Alrighty. Let's just get the charm from hanging out with him.
Hi. Indeed.
Anyways,
1:15 p.m. Set.
those little mini events don't really have much story related stuff. Anywho, we are gonna move ourselves over here. And before I do this, I think I fed my plant a day late, so hopefully this works, but it might not. And if it doesn't, I'll just reload. No sense in wasting all that money if it's not gonna work.
Is this? What shall we do? Now. What do you think?
Alrighty. Let us see if this will work.
Nice.
Yeah, so we don't need to do that this time. Anyways, let's pull up Fortune.
Is this? Good.
Looks like the bond isn't going to increase, but that's okay. Hers is like the most tedious of all the things. Whoops, let's go back there.
Way too hot.
Alright, I need to check something. Apparently I need a Hierophant, so let me load that again. Whoops. Why would I need a Hierophant persona? I don't even see anything coming up with that. I'm just gonna skip that actually. And we're gonna hang out with... who even knows? Jeez. It says Emperor. That would be Yusuke. So he's probably hanging out here then.
By the way, I'm in your debt.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yusuke says, thank you for your assistance. After all, it would be impossible to sketch while rowing. Let's see. I say, why are we in a boat? He says, what other reason could there be but to search for my next motif? I will be counting on your cooperation today, by which I of course mean your oar work. Look at all the ducks, says that lady. They're so cute. The guy says, haha, don't get so excited, you'll fall off. Yusuke says, perfect, this is it. My previous painting captured only one aspect of the heart, desire. As such, I was unable to arrive at a truly authentic representation. This is why we've come here today. I shall paint a second aspect, the burning passion between man and woman. Fittingly, our theme today will be the wonders of love. You too will have an important role. While I draw, ensure the boat remains as steady as possible amidst these devilish ripples. Ah, this angle. Incredible. That bashful side profile, those moist eyes, their overflowing passion is wholly evident. They are akin to Adam and Eve, yet in time all lovers must come to know the pain of separation. Separation is the natural end to any such relationship, but even beyond that, love endures. Precisely, this is the truth of the human heart. It will make the most wonderful painting. It shall be adored by all who gaze upon it. It may even be given top prize in the next exhibition. Now is not the time to be kidding about such trivial matters.
Hey,
Can you please remain still? The woman says, what? Yusuke says, return to your prior angle. I must capture your profile. The guy says, what the hell are you doing? Yusuke says, rejoice. For I shall preserve your beautiful love so that all coming generations may bask in its glory. Once I complete this painting, you will become new legends in the art world, a modern Adam and Eve. The woman says, legends? Art? The guy says, this guy is off his rocker, let's report him. The man says, are you drawing us? The woman says, you're using us as models? Yusuke says, yes, but with more words. Oh, that's his sister, I guess. He says, I told you I didn't want to come here with you. This is stuff couples do. The woman says, but I've always dreamed of coming to Tokyo and riding a boat. Though it was supposed to be with my boyfriend, not my brother.
how could this be?
Yusuke says familial, so that overflowing passion was a figment of my imagination. It seems my bias has caused me to overlook the truth. I just say, love comes in all forms. Yusuke says, love is broad and multifaceted.
I see.
Romantic love and familial love, the two may be nigh indiscernible. Perhaps the truth of the heart lies in the eye of the beholder. I think I learned something today. Anyways, level up.
All right.
They said couples only ride these things, and the guy says there are people from all walks of life here in the city, implying that they're gay. She says, tell me more. Yusuke says, what are you talking about?
Home.
It is time to return home. Row us back to shore, please.
See you.
Yusuke says, thanks for coming to help. It would seem I understand nothing of love at all. Though I've progressed by one step, there is no doubt I will face many difficulties moving forward. Even when will I fully understand the heart, if I'm ever able to, and can I draw it? I say, don't get discouraged. He says, I have no intention of giving up. He said, I don't know. He's just saying bye, but with too many words. Anyways.
Man, it's hot.
Alright, so we are gonna run over here now.
It's way too hot.
I'm going to shrivel up.
I'll ask you again some other time.
So let me check if I can feed the plant first. And I might need more fertilizer or whatever. Alright, I can't. So we're gonna go back here. Anyways, the plant shop's over here.
What would you like? I'm going to shrivel up. What shall we do? Now. What do you think?
Oh, honey.
Hey, hey!
Alright.
Is this weather a result of climate change?
We're gonna work on the devil persona.
Oh?
Oh yes, as a fan site, I didn't know it was so popular. If it's newsworthy, I should keep tabs on it. The Phantom Thieves must really be bored if they're going after small-time criminals. I have a theory that they're all minors and their leader is some simpleton dying from boredom. I say you shouldn't make assumptions. She says you're right, my theory is half-assed at best. Plus, it only takes a second to change a person's heart. They totally wouldn't be bored. Well, it's not really I'm not really interested in writing entertainment articles about fads. Lala says, but they do really well. Oya says, you mean Nako and the others?
Shit.
Don't lump me in with those hyenas. People at work call them paparazzi behind their backs, but me, I'm a real journalist. It doesn't matter what I say. I get nothing. Oya says, hey, I wasn't looking for some kid to butt in. Entertainment articles are all about selling copy. The truth doesn't even matter. Nobody wants to read real news. I say, why not change careers? She says, never. Lala says, but at this rate, you... Oya says, if I quit now, it would be the same as declaring my partner guilty. Jointly responsible? What a joke. She didn't do anything. That's why I can't quit, and why I'll never give up. And I just say, she was falsely accused? Oya says, of course she was. I mean, never mind. Haha. Thanks to you, I had more time to focus on my own investigation. I'm gonna write an article that you'll really enjoy. Think of it as a sign of my appreciation. I can see it now. Exclusive behind the incredible Phantom Thieves. Dial 911 for justice. How does that sound? Don't worry. I'll take it seriously. After all, that's what I promised you. Anyways, we ranked up with the Devil Arcana. She says, you sure are weird, coming all the way to Shinjuku at night. She gets a call and says, I can talk with him, I'll be right there. Work? I'm already off the clock. Sorry, I have urgent business I need to attend to. Put this one on my tab.
Well then.
See ya. Lala says, geez, she's such a child. She gets so excited the moment something comes up about her favorite assignment. Anyways, shouldn't you be getting home too? There we go.
All right.
We have maxed out Charm. Which is good, because I need that to move on to Priestess. Oh boy.
Oh!
Hey.
Yeesh. Too many interruptions. Yeah, that should be fine.
Well, actually,
Apparently Makoto wants to go on a double date.
I see.
Oh yeah, I don't need to level up.
Well, actually, do you have time to spend with me?
Charm, because it's maxed out. Anyways, we're gonna hang out
Shall
with
we
her.
go?
Tsukasa says, "My name is Tsukasa. I heard all about you two from Aiko. I heard you're the student council president. I totally wish I could be one of your council members."
Oh,
Makoto says, "Yes, totally." Tsukasa says, "Four Eyes here's your boyfriend, huh?" Makoto says, "Yeah." Tsukasa says, "Looks like you guys don't get along too well, though. It's like your love level's rock bottom. Are you seriously dating?" Wow. What a douche. Let me just pull that up really fast. I say love comes in many forms.
well,
Makoto says, "Right, he doesn't like it when I get clingy." Tsukasa says, "I get it. You just don't got any affection compared to us." Aiko says, "Mm-hmm." Tsukasa says, "Hey babe, did you do something special today? I don't remember you looking this sexy." Aiko says, "Oh, Tsukasa." Makoto just sighs. Aiko says, "I have to use the bathroom." Tsukasa says, "Later, lovebird."
excuse me.
Makoto says, "There's something I'd like to ask you. Are you serious about your relationship with her?" Tsukasa says, "I was wondering when our honor student was going to show me her true colors. That reminds me. Aiko said you were getting really pumped about getting to know me. Why's that?" Makoto says, "I just want to make sure you're good for her." Tsukasa says, "Damn, you really care about your friends. Good stuff. Friends are super important. Speaking of which, a friend of my girlfriend is totally a friend of mine. How about you tell me your digits?" Makoto says, "Huh?" Tsukasa says, "What's wrong? Just give me your number." Makoto says, I just said, "Here, have my number instead." Tsukasa says, "Nobody asked you." Anyways, Aiko already gave me yours, Mako-chan. We're good. Makoto says, "I have one more question to ask. You're not going to bring Aiko to your club, are you?" Tsukasa says, "You suspect me? What are you suspecting me of? I wouldn't dream of it. It's a damn shame people think us hosts are just flirts. But my love with Aiko is pure as snow. Don't twist the story." Aiko says, "Is something wrong?" Tsukasa says, "I was just getting to know your little friend here. I should be going. I've got to get back to work." Aiko says, "Me too." And they leave. Makoto says, "I hope he's not tricking her. No matter what I might think, I don't have any proof, and Aiko seems happy. Am I just getting in the way of their happiness?" I just say, "You worry too much." She says, "You may be right. In the end, I know this is just a hunch, but my father always stressed how important it is to trust hunches." Makoto says, "It seems the host has already sent me something. What is this supposed to be saying? It's full of emojis. It's me, Tsukasa. I know we just met, but I couldn't wait to phone emoji you. I'm so happy to be friends with you." Makoto says, "That was barely a coherent sentence, but I'll need to get used to that if I'm gonna help Aiko. By the way, I'm glad you were here with me. I would have panicked if I was all alone. I honestly despise how immature I can be sometimes, but I'm working through that with your help, so thank you. Anyways, level up."
All right.
Shall we go? All right then.
Makoto calls us on the way home and says, "Thanks for everything. I feel strangely exhausted. It reminds me of when we went to the red light district. Even after we split ways, that host kept sending me messages. He uses weird symbols. I have no idea what he's saying. And I want to ignore him, but I shouldn't for Aiko. I say, tell him you're on a date. He says, oh yeah, that's a good excuse. You have some great ideas. I'll respond with that. I just can't shake these doubts. I can't tell if he's a bad guy, but he doesn't seem on the level either. Thanks for your advice. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Google. Set alarm for 12:15.
Ah, you're back.
Cancel the alarm for 1:15.
Anyways, moving right along, we're gonna go hang out with the star person. So because I don't have maxed out knowledge, I'm gonna go do that reading first. But I don't have a star persona anyway. Whatever. Should be fine.
Is this? I'm sorry.
Whoops, I almost pushed the wrong thing. Oh well.
What shall we do? Now. What do you think?
Anyways.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Actually,
Hefumi says, this is the digital version of the weekly magazine. My father's deteriorating health and that he's bedridden. The fact that my mother primarily supports us, she trails off. They even reported that my mother works at a nightclub. Which is not untrue, but was it really necessary for them to write about all this? Capitalizing on a family's private matters is cruel. My family troubles have nothing to do with my skills as a shogi player. My mother was furious when she read the article. She said it'll hurt her career and that she'll never forgive whoever wrote it. My father didn't say anything, he just sat there listening to her, but he looked troubled. My mother told me that we'd be able to easily quell these rumors if I were to become more famous. So now she's even more insistent on having me do more TV and magazine interviews than before. I say, is that frustrating? She says yes. Although I can't express that to my mother, she's happy for me. I always believed that if I worked hard as a shogi player, I'd be able to support us, but I never expected such a destructive article would be written about me and my family. Honestly, nothing good will come from being treated like an idol. People say I'm all looks and no skills. They're annoyed that I'm in the press all the time. Terrible things have been said about me, suggesting I would do anything to become popular. I'm even starting to be shunned in the shogi world. That's why my senior acted that way toward me. The real reason I practice the church is that no one wants to play with me. My father used to practice with me from a sickbed, but that illness has made that impossible. Perhaps I should stop playing and get a job, that way my family won't get hurt again. Let's see. I say, do you still like shogi? She says, of course. I love it, I don't want to quit. You're right, you understand me. At the end of the day, I love shogi. I'll never be able to give it up. I was just confused because of that article and how my senior treated me. However, I think I can see my next move thanks to you. You're helping me realize a lot about myself outside of shogi. Anyways, level up!
Alright.
Hifumi says, let's play at the church. The article has left me irritated. I'm gonna use my secret move and turn the board into hell. Would you care to face me in a match?
until next time.
Hifumi says, thank you for accompanying me today. I needed the distraction. Trying to solve this on my own, I felt caught in a vicious cycle, but you helped me find a new path. You might make a fine priest yourself, considering how good a listener you are. And I just say, you're imagining things. She says, really? I felt a hidden potential brewing within you. You really are strange. I was supposed to be your teacher, but somehow the tables have turned. I'd love to keep learning from you. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you at the church. Morgana says, that reminds me, the home shopping program is airing today. Do you want to check it out? We have plenty of things we can do. Oh wait, I should check that plant again. Anyways, let's go get that health drink.
Welcome! Well then. Nice!
Anyways.
Hey! We'll just have to... Oh, yeah!
Looks like we're gonna hang out with On. And we're gonna go to the park.
Okay, let's get going!
And I'm gonna turbo through that since there's no rank up here.
You're back.
Alright. Looks like I need to have a priestess and a star persona, for which I have neither. But I won't need the lover's one again, so that's not a big deal. Or perhaps I will. Doesn't matter. Gotta do what you gotta do.
What are you gonna do now?
Whoops.
What'll you do? What? Hey, inmate!
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Do you
Done already? What?
Let's do it.
Let's see. What is coming up more recently? Let me just scroll ahead really quick before I do anything else. Looks like Devil's coming up first, so let's get rid of Justice.
Do you have business with me?
Anyways... Priestess and Star.
Justine, these are the paths you have walked. A fee is required. Then accept this persona. You'll withdraw this is your such rule. Are you finished? What? It is time, inmate.
Alrighty. Let me check this really quick. Yeah, I don't have proficiency maxed yet. Okay.
What shall we do? Now. What do you think?
Anyways, we are on our way to work on Hanged Man, and that is this.
Yeah.
Alright, let me pull that one up then.
Hey.
A Y says, hurry up and learn this stuff. You gotta be able to start looking like a normal employee. I'm supposed to be running an honorable business, you know? Though honestly, the customers have been running a little thin lately. Some guy on the internet's been claiming all my goods are knockoffs, and once you have a bad rap like that, it's really tough to shake it. Let's see. I say, I know how that feels. The Y says, a kid like you? Are you going through something similar? I guess you wouldn't be doing any of this if you weren't. Don't give me any details, though. I don't want to know.
That's right.
He says, anyways, I should fill you in on what's going on here since you'll be helping me out. I'd bet anything the guy behind that rumor is Suda. You remember his name from the diner, right? Truth is, he's second in command of the Hashiba clan, the same clan I was in back when I was part of the Yakuza. I just say, I always knew you were a thug. Y says, you got some nerve. Anyways, Suda was my sworn brother back in the clan. I got some unsavory business going down with him now, though. Problem is, I'm a known quantity in the underworld. One bad step and I'd have guys crawling all over me. That's why I have you around. You look normal, sure, but you got balls, kid. Makes you perfect for snooping on Suda. Hope I ain't scaring you off. And I say, we made a deal, didn't we? The guy calls me an idiot and he says, you know, I've got a bit of a soft spot for you. Anyways, you get the gist of what's going on now, right? You'll be working with that in mind. I expect a lot from you. Oh, and I'll add to the special menu to thank you for getting that info for me the other day.
All right. What's the meaning of this?
A Y says, I told you to stop coming around here. The boy says, but... I say, is that one of your customers? He says, keep your mouth shut. This is none of your business. Go home and study, Kaoru. You've got entrance exams coming up. Kaoru says, okay. I guess I'll be going then.
Yeah.
A Y says, that's Kaoru, my son. He's always asking if he could help out here, worrying what I'm getting up to. But I probably shouldn't be telling a kid like you this. Well, go home for the day. Nice work.
Later.
Excuse me.
Anyways, this isn't one of the, like, main story things, so I'm gonna hop on through it. Apparently we run into Hifumi.
Man, it's hot.
Anyways, I know I have to have full knowledge for something, so I'm gonna work on that right now.
Incredibly sweaty.
I'm going to shrivel up.
What shall we do?
Now. do you think?
Alright, let's just read a book. That'll probably be the easiest. Knowledge, there we go.
Yeah, make sure your clothes on.
Alrighty. Anyways. Looks like we're gonna work on Emperor again, as long as I can.
By the way, let us be off.
Use case says, our prior theme, love, it proved quite useful for me. After our enlightening session, I again attempted to paint. However, nothing I put on the canvas was to my satisfaction. Before the gods of art, I am naught but a lost sheep. He says, ah yes, lost sheep. I have come here with you for precisely that reason. Gosh, he should be dressed up as Vincent when he says that. That's a throwback to Catherine. Anyways.
Indeed.
Use case says, our theme today shall be anguish. I shall paint the anguish Christ felt as he bore the sins of mankind. I have seen various sculptures and paintings, but merely replicating them will not do. Would any believers be willing to model and help me capture the true essence of anguish? Use case says, it seems not. Very well, you'll be my model today. Let's see. I just say, do you want me to strip? He says, that must be it. That's what I need. Only a subject naked as the day they were born can convey the true anguish of birth. Now then, strip, take it all off. He says, actually, perhaps not. Being found naked in a church would be even bigger news than the Phantom Thieves.
Now then.
He says, let's begin. Show me a pose that will put the anguish of Christ on full display. I see. So this would be, no, perhaps. It seems this isn't working. I'd like to capture anguish, and yet you remain composed. Even the slightest wrinkle can change one's impression of things. I shall not compromise, even for this sketch.
No.
He says, now raise your hands higher. Give me more anguish. Bring it to its upper limits. He says, this position, so this is the passion of the Christ, forsaken by his disciples, abhorred as a criminal by the public, pierced with nails and hung on the cross. I understand now. It feels as though something is boiling up within me. And the priest says, what are you guys doing? Yusuke says, this is an art study. I'm attempting to paint anguish. The priest says, so you're interested in the crucifixion. While it's true that the crucifixion on the cross is a symbol of suffering, it also bears a positive message, one of resurrection and forgiveness. Yusuke says, I'm not sure I understand. Those ideas are contradictory to my conception of anguish. The priest says, it may be difficult to grasp what I'm saying right now, but try to consider that anguish may one day bring forth hope. By the way, I suggest you contain your excitement while you're here. You may trouble the congregation. Yusuke says, so those shocking depictions were actually meant to represent forgiveness and not pain. I'm not sure I understand. I must learn more about the heart of man. Bunny, do you think I'll be able to capture the truth someday? Let's see. I just say, I'm sure you will. He says, indeed, if I don't have belief in my own abilities, I will never come to accomplish anything. He says, this is exceedingly strange, though. Spending time with you has helped me discover new aspects of myself. You are perhaps a mirror of sorts. If there's anything I can do in return, please let me know. I wish to repay your kindness. anyways, he says, let's return home for the day. Farewell.
See you.
Anywho. Use case says, apologies for the call. Could I talk to you about something? The crucifixion supposedly symbolizes resurrection, forgiveness, and hope, but I cannot grasp it. Once again, I made the same mistake of only picking up the superficial meaning. The more I think about it, the further I seem to be from understanding the abyss of the heart. I say there's still hope. He says, so my anguish is what leads me to hope. It's exactly what I learned today. Thank you for this change of perspective. I still have a tough road ahead, but you give me some relief. I'm truly fortunate to have you by my side. I'll see you later. Anyways,
Man, it's hot.
we are going here. Because one way or the other, we have to get our knowledge to max. AQAP as quick as possible.
What shall we do? Now.
Alrighty, so after I do this, I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna test something, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna try something else. Actually,
What do you think?
alright, let's see here.
Oh!
Ugh.
Hey, hey! Hey!
Oh, I don't have anything else for knowledge right now. Let's just try this then.
Now listen.
What do you want to do?
Make sure your clothes up.
Wow!
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to test.
Well then.
So, I'm gonna reload.
I'm going to shrivel up. What shall we do?
I think I already did this before I saved. Whatever. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to reload it. Which is not a big deal. Anyways.
Thank you very much.
Check.
At star 7, I believe. Hifumi says you've been defeated. The battlefield is mine, the kingdom is complete. But to think you could stay standing after being struck by my silver infinity sword. You've improved considering that you endured the climbing silver so early in the match. The determination I'm sensing from you is a real inspiration. I must think of a new move. I'm afraid you'll surpass me one day if I don't stay sharp.
Actually,
She says the exhibition match against the pro my mother was talking about has been confirmed. He's a very famous shogi player. I'm aiming to be the first woman to reach the pro ranking league. I'm sure it'll draw a lot of attention, especially after that article. However, I don't intend to lose. This is my chance to display my true skills. I confess I'm a bit scared though. I say it may come down to luck. She says you're right. However, that also means I have a chance of winning even though my opponent is ranked higher. To be honest, I'm not sure how well my skills will hold up against a true professional.
All right.
I'm sick of being treated like an idol. I have to show them what I'm made of. And I just say, I believe in you. Hifumi says, thanks. So, there's a move I want to try. Would you like to play another match?
Thank you very much.
She says, be sure to use that tactic in your next match for today and try to steal the pieces you want from me. Anywho.
All right.
She says, let's begin the match. She's just saying random shogi terms that I imagine most of us have no idea what they are because... Unless you're Japanese, of course, or have played shogi. So I'm just gonna kind of power through that really quick. So good, we got our knowledge to the right spot. Blah-de-da-de-doo.
Way too hot.
Alrighty. Oh, I think I've been forgetting to check on this. Oh well. It's still healthy, I guess. Oh yeah, that'll be easier to do it this way. Anywho, this should max out the lover's quest. An employee says, "Don't pull a stunt like that again." Mika says, "Okay, I won't." An says, "What's going on?" The employee says, "You fell victim to it too. Is it okay if I tell her, Mika?" She says, "Yeah." "Do you remember a while back when a bunch of models weren't showing up to shoots?" An says, "I remember." The employee says, "Apparently Mika was posing as our agency and telling them the shoot locations changed. We had heard rumors that she might have been doing it, but we thought people were just jealous of her. I mean, those shoots she filled in for really boosted her popularity. Anyway, I asked her about it today, and all she had to say was, 'I'm sorry.'" Mika says, "What I did was terrible. I caused trouble for everyone, but I'm gonna start working even harder from now on, I promise." The employee says, "Anyways, let's get started. You're ready to go, right?" She says, "Yep." An says, "You really did something that lame?" Mika says, "What are you calling lame? This industry is overflowing with models. Without an in, your career will never even get off the ground. Chances don't come to those who wait. You have to make your own luck if you want to succeed." An says, "You really are something." Mika says, "It's your own fault for getting the boot. If you can't crawl your way back up, you might as well go home. And either way, it's not like I'm not talented. I just needed my shot, and now I'm selling like crazy." An says, "You talk big, but they still found out about your fake emails." Mika says, "Sure, but all I had to do was offer an apology. It would have been dumb to try and hide it from them. Anyway, they can't sack me now. I'm gonna get even more popular, even if it means being detested for my actions." An says, "You're just like the villains I used to admire when I was a kid. Beautiful, strong, and wicked. I can't bring myself to hate you." Mika says, "Well, I don't have any trouble hating you." An says, "Sorry, Mika, but your hard work is only going to get you to second place. I'm going to be number one. You might be more popular right now, but I'm going to take that spot from you fair and square." Mika says, "Alright then, I won't pull any more tricks. I'll beat you with beauty, fair and square."
Of course.
An says, "Sounds good to me." The cameraman says, "Yeah. Hey, isn't that Mika? Wow, she's even prettier in person." It's Mika and An too. They're both so cute. What must they eat to have bodies like that? The world is so unfair. They might have some natural beauty, but they've got to be exercising to have that body. Wow, what a pose. Give me a few more. Just like that. Something's changed in An. She's really amping up the sexiness. Maybe she gained more confidence." Anyways, they say, "Alright, let's take 5. Go get changed." An says, This is so fun. Today has been really great. How was I? I say, you really gave it your all. She says, well, yeah, I had to work extra hard with you watching. I know I said I want to be the #1 model, but I'm okay with that not happening just yet. For now, I want to keep improving one step at a time, and someday down the line, I'll be able to look at myself with pride. Hopefully people will see that confidence and draw strength from it. I'm gonna be a ray of light for the people of this planet. An says, you, just like you and Shiho are for me. I say, I'll be there with you.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, forever, okay? Bunny, you're my light. The assistant says, break time's over, An. You're gonna be the main focus for this session. An says, got it.
Hey.
Let's hang out a little more once the shoot ends, okay?
Back when I met Shiho, when she saved me, I realized that personal relationships are something to be treasured. That's why I'm not going to run away anymore. I'll face myself head on. This time, it's my turn to help someone. But I'm still kind of worried. Do you think you could help me? You can lean on me too, if you need it. Good. I feel like we finally see each other eye to eye. I'm so glad I met you.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of the lovers, granting thee infinite power.
All right. All right.
I can sense a new power growing within me.
All right.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop counting on you. After all, you're an eternal member of my fan club. It means forever. Got it? Anyway, let's eat before our food gets cold. Time to dig in!
Rain, huh?
Anyways, now on to Star. Mwahaha.
What a downpour! What? Actually,
Hifumi says, before we play, I'd like to talk to you. My mother told me I should lose my upcoming match against the pro. I say, I don't understand. She says, it's a strategy my mother devised. She says if I lose to a man, I'll get sympathy from women and as a result get more female fans. That's when I make my comeback. I'll become a symbol for strong women everywhere. That way I can use the weekly magazine's popularity against them and instantly become famous. Let's see. I say that won't work. She says, I wish I could agree, but I feel my mother may be right. People love a good comeback story. Coming from the TV industry, my mother does have great insight for entertainment. This time around, I couldn't help but argue it's the wrong thing to do. I actually got into a fight with my mother. It wasn't the first time, but what made me sad was I realized my mother doesn't see me as a shogi player. She said that there's no need for me to be putting so much effort and time into shogi, and that once I become famous, I can quit shogi and make money from my looks. Hifumi continues, the only reason she continues to support my career is so she can profit off it. She doesn't mind if I lose a match as long as I build my reputation and make money. To my mother, shogi is just a vehicle to make me famous.
However,
Hifumi says, losing on purpose is wrong, even if it helped me to become famous and eased my parents' burden. I don't want to turn my back on shogi, a game that both my father and I love. Let's see. I say, let's make her reconsider. Hifumi says if only that were possible. She's the type of woman who never changes her mind. She wants to achieve her unfulfilled dream of becoming a celebrity through me. I highly doubt she would ever reconsider. I say, what's her name? It's Mitsuyo Togo. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Anyways, we get a request to change her heart. Alright, so it is 8:18 now. Let's see. We're gonna work at the flower shop after we do this. Oh, it's raining, so she's not gonna be there, I think. Doesn't hurt to check.
It's raining so hard.
Yep. Alrighty, whatever. So we are going here.
hey, hey!
Got any info on the Phantom Thieves?
What do you want to do?
Oh, yeah. The thing is... Right?
Anyways, this is all just for the purpose of acquiring a target for mementos. So we're just gonna power through that really quickly.
You're back.
Oh yeah, we are gonna hang out with Devil now.
Oh, honey.
Hey, hey!
Let me check something. Anyways,
Hey! Well then.
Oya says, this is really annoying. Where is that idiot? Crap, hide. Someone says, Oya, there you are. What do you think you're doing? Making me look all over the place for you. She says, Chief, what are you doing here? The chief says, that's my line. Why isn't your phone on? Are you doing something you don't want me to find out about? She says, no, not at all. It looks like my battery ran out. I've been busy covering the Phantom Thieves. The chief says, are you sure about that? I got a complaint from the higher-ups the other day. Apparently people have seen you snooping around in places unrelated to the Phantom Thieves. Oya says, that's ridiculous. I've been hot on their trail. Who told them that? Chief says, it doesn't matter who. The board's coming down hard on me for this. Now don't make me ask you again. Why are you sneaking around behind the company's back? Oya says, I'm not. I just say, what's this about? Oya says, I'll tell you. Just promise me you'll keep it a secret. The truth is, I'm in a relationship with this kid. The chief says, what? Isn't he a minor? Oya says, yeah, that's why I'm being so discreet. Who knows what laws we might be breaking? I guess keeping a tryst a secret is tougher than I expected. Maybe someone saw us out somewhere. The chief says, for someone who specializes in fabricating articles, I'd expect you to be a better liar. I expect your resignation letter on my desk next week. If it doesn't come, I'll handle matters myself. Oya says, so what? You decide I'm lying and that's that? The chief says, give it a rest already. I'm annoyed enough as it is for having to come down here to track you. Oya says, we're totally dating, aren't we, sweetie? And I just say, don't tell anybody. The chief says, what? Oya says, see, we have to be extra secretive since it's against his high school rules. The chief says, are you blackmailing him? I mean, let's be honest, you don't have the physique to be attracting high school kids. Oya says, that's sexual harassment, and besides, our love is something that defies age and logic. Chief says, whatever, don't miss any deadlines, okay? Oya says, of course, can we go now? The chief says, one more question. I could have sworn the reason you were sneaking around was so you could follow up on your old partner's case. Oya says, huh? The chief says, well, Oya, I don't know. What do we say now? I just say our movie's about to start. The chief says, is that so? Oya says, like I said, I'm here on personal business. The chief says, you lost all credibility when you started sneaking around like this, but fine, I'll back off. Don't go pulling any funny stuff. The board wants me to keep a close eye on you. You've been warned. Oya says, thanks. That guy is one of the execs at my job. He's arrogant. He's the kind of guy all the girls at a bar would turn down instantly. Anyway, that was a surprise. Not only are you a good source of info, you're not half bad as an actor either. You're the type of guy I'd want to grab drinks with after work. Too bad you're underage. Anyways, we have leveled up again.
All right.
Oya says, I guess that's it for today. Don't stop anywhere weird on the way home. The charm doesn't matter, because we're maxed. I don't know why it bothers to waste my time, but whatever. Oya says, you headed straight home, right? You've got some real chops. For acting, they saved me today. Once I got back to the editorial staff, all they asked for was my daily report. You seem like a handy kid to know. Expect another call from me soon. I'll repay you with the power of journalism. And I just say, leave it to me. She says, wow, you're so dependable. I like guys like you. But man, you've got a whole lot of guts for a high schooler. Well, I'm sure we'll gradually get to know each other better, so let me know if any more juicy info comes up, okay? Bye. Morgana says, shouldn't we tell the others about the target? Get out of here, cat. Man, that kindness doesn't want to move ever. Driving me nuts. Alright, what are we doing now? We're gonna try and work on Priestess again. She's not there, though. Where's she been hanging out? I don't know. Let's see what we got here. I'm seeing Kichijoji, Shibuya, and Yongenjaya. Well, worst case scenario, if I can't work on that, I will just move a stat up. Shibuya is probably Emperor. Let's see. I honestly don't know what's happening over here. Okay, looks like it would be hanging out with Kasumi, which is, she's already maxed for now, I guess. Let's see. Maybe we can find a Catchy, because I know I'm a little behind on that. Maybe he's only there at night. Let's see. Let's try this then. Okay, so we can hang out with Yusuke, or we can work on a stat. I don't think I have any stat that I need to have fixed right now. So let's just try this.
By the way,
There's a butt involved. Interesting. Why is that the case? Oh, it's just I need proficiency or whatever. And I think I have that, so it should be okay.
Yes.
Yusuke says this place hasn't changed in the slightest. I say it feels nostalgic. He said, indeed it does. I haven't come back here since I moved away. The truth is, despite my best efforts to convey the meaning of the heart, I am no closer to understanding it. Such a troublesome roadblock never presented itself to me while I was living here. As you know, I spent most of my young life in this very house. That's why we've come now. I wish to reevaluate myself within its decrepit walls. Yusuke says, by coming to this place, I may be able to rekindle the passion for art I once held. The passion of an inquiring mind on the hunt for pure beauty before I learned of Madarame's foul nature. Yusuke says it won't open. I surely left it unlocked.
How could this be?
The door is jammed. I suppose it was an old door to begin with. It began to rust even while I was a pupil. It seems now it is finally broken. Let's see. I say, let's force it open. He says, I doubt you'll be able to do that. You must have a steady hand if you wish to fix it. I think I'll be able to fix it with my current level of proficiency.
Oh.
He says you're capable of fixing it. You never cease to amaze me.
Let us be off.
And we head inside.
I see.
Yusuke says the police confiscated everything. You know, I lived here not long ago, yet it almost feels like a distant past point at this point. Being here has brought back memories. Whenever I acted out of line, I was made to sit calmly in this corner. And over here was a bookshelf filled to the brim with various tomes. It contained art compilation for the most part, but there were a few manga tucked away as well. At times, I would take a break from my art and hide and read them. This is also where we would gather to eat when the atelier still had a large pupil count. Sensei is particularly fond of salty food, so... Sensei, what am I saying? Why do I still treat him as my mentor? How long will I allow him to control my life? I just say, are you okay? He says, yes. My apologies. The truth of the matter is, I used to paint in this room, and I did it simply for the joy of painting. No matter what I took as my subject, my hands would move of their own accord to capture their essence. Back then, I only saw the superficial beauty of the world. I could not see the grime beneath. After learning the truth behind Madarame's actions, everything changed. I strove to fight back against a newfound ugliness I saw, to display my talent to those who mocked me. I needed to do whatever it took to validate my artistic ability. In that search for meaning, darkness took hold of me. Ultimately, I began to emulate that which I had so deeply despised in Madarame. You know, Boss told me something interesting when I was staying with you at LeBlanc. He said he didn't believe Madarame took me in for my skill alone. I suppose now that I think about it, there would be no way to know whether or not I would have been talented. Bunny, what do you think? Why do you think Madarame decided to take me in? I say maybe he was sympathetic. Yusuke says, so we return to matters of the heart yet again. It truly is a mysterious beast. Even after learning the ugliness of his true nature, a part of me still believes in my former mentor. I simply cannot come to terms with the stark dualities presented to me. The humble house and that loathsome palace. The kind teacher and the fiendishly deceptive artist. It seems even the workings of my own heart are inexplicable. What then of my search for pure beauty? A man says hello? Is someone there? I'm coming in.
This is a problem.
Yusuke says, could this be the police? The old gentleman says, I was wondering who came in here. Yusuke says, you're the man from the exhibition. He says, indeed. Thank you for our conversation back there. More importantly, though, why are you here? I couldn't help but notice the door was open on my way home from work. Are you still perhaps caught in your slump? Yusuke
Yes.
says, how do you know about that? The old gentleman says, I know a great deal about you. You've made a name for yourself by patterning your work after the beautifully detailed Sayuri, but that painting at the exhibition was quite different from that. Have you begun trying out new styles? If you'd like, I can advise you. Materials, themes, etc. You seem as though you could use a helping hand. Most of your painting was done while living in this residence, correct? Your current lack of patron must be what's holding you back. Please, take my card. I've made a living investing in promising young artists like yourself. Yusuke says, Director of the Japanese Art Support Foundation, Akio Kawanabe. But why have you chosen me? You criticized me so harshly back at the exhibition. Kawanabe says, because I feel you have talent. Now my foundation can provide you an environment that will allow you to focus on developing your skills. If such a lifestyle interests you, we can talk further at a later date. As for today, I have business I must attend to, but I hope to hear from you soon.
Yes.
Yusuke says, the Japanese Art Support Foundation, my opportunity may have finally arrived, and it was all because you opened the door for me. It seems good luck is simply a characteristic of yours. You have my thanks. Anyways, we have leveled up.
All right. Shall we return home?
Yusuke says, I must be going now. I'd like to think on this some more.
See you.
Yusuke says, I apologize. I lost my composure today. The emotions I felt in that house still remain with me to this day. I do think it's a good thing that I was able to realize all this. By the way, that gentleman, Kawanabe, was it? What's your impression of him? I say he had a certain dignity. Yusuke says, I had no idea he was the director of art support, but he definitely had a certain presence. And he was even able to instantly pinpoint my weakness. He certainly is no ordinary individual. As someone with neither a home nor a patron, I couldn't ask for a better offer. On top of that, I may be able to find a way out of my slump once I can fully focus on drawing. In any case, this deserves serious thought. I may come to you for advice again. Goodness gracious.
Rain, huh?
Sojiro says the same thing he says when it rains every day. Alright. So, what is going to be our evening event? Oh, you know what? I did something silly, but that's okay. I can figure that out later. Anywho, we're gonna work on Devil. It shouldn't level up right now,
Hey, hey!
but that's okay.
Hopefully it'll stop soon. Then take a seat.
Saves me some oxygen. I think I read a day ahead. Oh well.
Hey!
C'est la vie. Anyways, I think I should work on this first because it's gonna come to a Mementos quest and I'm behind on it. Let me make sure I have a death persona. I think I do, but I do not. I am a liar. So let's handle that really quickly.
Hey, hey!
Who can I spare? Emperor. I don't really care about that Emperor one. Actually, I do need that. I don't want to sacrifice the Chariot one. Faith is expensive to resummon. And it's just gonna have to come down to the cheapest one, I guess. So let me look ahead a little. It looks like we're gonna run into a lot of story segments. So it really doesn't matter what I do at this point, because I'm gonna cut it off before I get to the 20-second and make a separate video out of that. Let me see. So let's just kill the devil for now, and we shall pick up death.
Hey, inmate!
You certainly seem composed.
Justine, these are the paths you have walked.
There we
These
go.
with this is your pop. You left done already? What? No slacking off.
Alright, so after I handle this death thing, I'm gonna save and probably take a break. Let me see. So back to the clinic.
Don't pass out, okay?
Anyways, an old lady says, "Thank you, dear. This is my favorite handkerchief." Takumi says it was right in front of me, so the old lady says, "You're a shy one, aren't you?" She says, "No, I'm not shy." The old lady says, "My neighbor speaks highly of you. She says your medicines are better than those at the big hospitals. It's very reassuring to have such a distinguished doctor right here in town. I'll see you again soon." Takumi says, "What the heck?" Alrighty. I have no idea where I'm at with her. I'm on 6, okay. So all of them are 0. I'll just say someone's popular. She says, "Thanks to you." There's a lot of talk going around town about me, started by that girl and her dad. Apparently, they've been telling everyone I make amazing medicines and remedies. So now the number of patients I'm seeing has increased dramatically. I don't know what some of these people are thinking, though. I've had a lot of crazy requests. Like yesterday, a patient requested a sweet-smelling compress. And the other day, I had a request for a cold buster. Ha, a drug like that deserves a Nobel Prize. Takumi continues, other requests have included hair and skin tonics. I even had to do a consultation about a cat. Sheesh, it's not like I'm some kind of genius doctor. I just say, having fun? She says, no, this is all interfering with my development. I'm only interested in completing my new drug. That's my role as the plague. I'm not suited for all this other stuff. I just say, it suits you. She says, what? Really? Well, you're entitled to your opinion. But a town doctor, that sort of lifestyle profession, might have been possible for me at one time, but now... Oh yeah, about those clinical trials. With so many new patients, it's taking longer to analyze the data, so I'll need to catch up. This is a bit on the stronger side, but I'm sure you'll be okay. Anyways, we leveled up. Yahoo!
All right.
Takumi says, it looks like that girl's gonna make a full recovery. The treatment seems to be a good match for her, so at least I can breathe a little easier for now. Hopefully she'll be able to attend school soon.
What?
Takumi says, what are you so happy about? Are you excited for your next clinical trial? Well then, let's have some fun. I should have bought a guts booster, but Whatever. Too late now.
Bye.
Takumi calls us on the way back and says, "How's my guinea pig doing after the drug?" I know it was probably a lot to handle, considering I doubled the dosage and halved the activation time. But we're so close. We're right at the end of this. I can feel it. I'll need you to stick around just a little longer. I hope you can handle it. I just say, you can count on me. She says, "Aren't you a little go-getter? If you're that excited about it, maybe I'll just give you a dose of everything and see how you hold up." Well, I've got some catching up to do. I have to process today's data as quickly as possible. Make sure to call me if you ever feel sick, okay? Take care. When was the last time I saved? Because I might just redo that. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm too lazy to redo all that stuff. Anyway, this is the last free night before stuff gets into the story segments for the new, I guess, for Medjed getting beaten up, and yeah, there's just so much story segments. So those aren't gonna fit in this video, so I'm gonna stop it here. But thanks for watching, and I will be back on later today to do some more.